What is up, everybody? It is Tog here. Welcome back to another summer standalone. I think I had already planned to do some of these, but after seeing the positive feedback on the first reading I had of that 29.4 something, 29.52 something, I don't even think I have the book anymore. People liked it, and apparently people want to see more of that, so I think I could potentially, I have two planned right now. I already read this one. I'm planning to read this one, Beggar Prince, as well as Immortal Blood. Today will be Beggar Prince, you can tell from the title, and then I think next week it'll be Immortal Blood, and then I'm going to do another standalone as well that I'll leave as a little bit of a surprise that I want to do. Should be fun, but it's not going to be Skyrim, I'll give you that much. There's just a lot to consider. I just did a quick mission. We'll go ahead and start reading Beggar Prince, and I think I'm going to record both right now, just because I just finished a Skyrim stream, and streaming is going to be a little iffy for me in the future, I think. I don't know. It might be the same. We'll see. But just in case it's not, I want to at least get these out of the way. And I want to try to do the missions at the College of Winterhold and keep getting my character stronger on this harder difficulty. Some of the missions are just really challenging to do, and I have a lot more help than I did. Anyway, this is about the books, all about the reading, and then we'll see if on my journey to the College of Winterhold, after I do as much as I can there, I'll just keep collecting books maybe, and I'll see how I can mix them into the channel schedule. So let's go ahead and start reading this one. Beggar Prince, the story of Weedle and his gifts from the Daedric Lord Namira. So, Daedric, I've figured out recently, it's like demon stuff, so it's kind of creepy, but it's okay. We look down upon the beggars of the Empire. These lost souls are the poor and wretched of the land. Every city has its beggars. Most are so poor that they have only the clothes on their backs. They eat the scraps the rest of us throw out. We toss them a coin so that we don't have to think too long about their plight. Imagine my surprise when I heard the tale of the Beggar Prince. I could not imagine what a prince of beggars would be. Here is the tale I heard. It takes place in the First Age, when gods walked like men and Daedra, stalking the wilderness with impunity. It is a time before they were all confined to oblivion. There once was a man named Weedle, or maybe it was a woman. The story goes to great lengths to avoid declaring Weedle's gender. Weedle was the 13th child of a king in Valenwood. As such, Weedle was in no position to take the throne or even inherit much property or wealth. Weedle had left the palace to find independent fortune and glory. After many days of endless forest roads and tiny villages, Weedle came upon three men surrounding a beggar. The beggar was swaddled in rags from head to toe. No portion of the vagabond's body was visible. The men were intent on slaying the beggar. It's interesting how they said that as if it was a singular thing. Three men. It might have been a typo, but it also could have been intentional to make it a singular thing that was stronger than the one beggar. With a cry of rage and indignation, Weedle charged the men with sword drawn. Being simple townsfolk, armed with only pitchforks and scythes, they immediately fled from the armored figure with the shining sword. "Many thanks for saving me," wheezed the beggar from beneath the heap of foul rags. Weedle could barely stand the stench. "What is your name, wretch?" Weedle asked. "I am Namira." Unlike the townsfolk, Weedle was well learned. That name meant nothing to them. But to Weedle, it was an opportunity. "You are the Daedric Lord," Weedle exclaimed. "Why did you allow those men to harass you? You could have slain them all with a whisper." "I am pleased you recognized me," Namira rasped. "I am frequently reviled by townsfolk. It pleases me to be recognized for my attribute, if not for my name." Weedle knew that Namira was the Daedric Lord of all thing gross and repulsive. Diseases such as leprosy and gangrene were her domain. Where others might have seen danger, Weedle saw opportunity. "Oh, great Namira, let me apprentice myself to you. I ask only that you grant me powers to make my fortune and forge a name for myself that will live through the ages. Nay, I make my way alone in the world. I have no need for an apprentice." Namira shambled off down the road. Weedle would not be put off. Weedle was at Namira's heel, pressing the case for an apprenticeship. For 33 days and nights, Weedle kept up the debate. Namira said nothing, but Weedle's voice was ceaseless. That's strong. Finally, on the 33rd day, Weedle was too hoarse to talk. Namira looked back on the suddenly silent figure. Weedle knelt in the mud at her feet, open hands raised in supplication. So Namira is clearly a female. "It would seem you have completed your apprenticeship to me after all," Namira declared. "I shall grant your request." Weedle was overjoyed. "I grant you the power of disease. You may choose to be afflicted with any disease you choose, changing them at will, so long as it has visible symptoms. However, you must always bear at least one. I grant you the power of pity. You may evoke pity in anyone that sees you. Finally, I grant you the power of disregard. You may cause others to disregard your presence." Weedle was aghast. These were not boons from which a fortune could be made. They were curses, each awful in its own right, but together they were unthinkable. "How am I to make my fortune and forge a name for myself with these terrible gifts? First, to be sick. Second, for people to pity you. And third, to cause others to not even know you're even there." As you begged at my feet for 33 days and 33 nights, so shall you now beg for your fortune in the cities of men. Your name will become legendary among the beggars of Tamriel. The story of Weedle, the prince of beggars, shall be handed down throughout the generations. It was as Namira predicted, Weedle was an irresistible beggar. None could see the wretch without desperately wanting to toss a coin at the huddled form. However, Weedle also discovered that the power of disregard gave great access to the secrets of the realm. People unknowingly said important things where Weedle could hear them. Weedle grew to know the comings and goings of every citizen in the city. To this day, it is said that if you really want to know something, go ask the beggars. They have eyes and ears throughout the cities. They know all the little secrets of the daily lives of its citizens. Very cool. Very cool. That was kind of a very interesting read. You beg, you beg, you beg. He begged this person for 33 days and 33 nights, knowing that it was a demon lord, kind of. I don't know. I did a mission recently where I got this sanguine rose, and I used it to help me. Oh, it's a Dremora. Never mind, I don't know what a Daedra is. I think a Daedra is a spirit, though, but according to that, it's still a little negative, so I guess I'm sorry for associating the D so negatively. Intriguing. So yeah, do with that what you will. Not everything is worth having, I guess, but, you know, if you want it that badly, you might get it, and you can figure out what you do with it there. So it seems like this beggar prince, who I don't think they ever Weedle, was never able to acquire that fame, and no, they got the fame, and they got the fortune in terms of secrets, not necessarily of gold. Do with that what you will. That's another standalone in the books. I'm gonna do 2 more. I did plan to do more, but they became a little bit more difficult to do consistently. And yeah, just check out the other videos to see what I do. This is a pretty changeful time. I'm just watching the 2 little fish swim together. It's kind of cute. But yeah, on that note, it's been Tog. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you enjoy your night, evening, morning, whatever it is that you're doing. Stay awesome. Peace out.